It was the first time Aidan, Brand, Erica and Ragnar had all dined together in the great Königshalle since before everything. When they had arrived most recently, Ragnar had been a captive of the goblins. It had been a number of years since their last visit as a company of 4. And yet, they still felt absence keenly. Harper left a void in her wake none of them could miss. The din was overwhelmingly deafening after the quiet confinement of the infirmary, but Brand, Erica and Ragnar bore it without complaint, and tucked into their full bowls and flagons with gusto. Aidan ate more slowly, for he was not as voracious as they, had not been raised with food scarcity. He could have done with the sustenance, but the nausea of anxiety made it too difficult to eat what he ought to. "They'll kick us out at this rate, Brand. You're eating them out of house and home," quipped Aidan. Brand's only reply was a grunt as he shovelled in another mouthful of steaming meats. "Our halls can withstand a year's siege or more," replied Ragnar, sounding a little proud for a change, of his people and former home. "Not with us loss eating their stars," Aidan chuckled. "We won't be here much longer." Erica's tone was grim, and her words curt. She stabbed at a chunk of meat with her knife and ripped a shred from it with her teeth, chewing noisily. Brand ruffled his bound wings at her words. The hulking warrior was covered in bandages from head to foot, yet he did not stand out. The hall was full of dwarves, most of whom bore wounds from the battle at Afnheim. There were many more who were fit and well, for Corin had not wasted a moment since their return. More came every day, waiting, thirsting for battle. He had vowed to retake Afnheim and rid the realm of Valxiron from the goblin scourge once and for all. The dwarven König watched and waited, biding his time. The dwarves could overcome the goblins, but they could not overcome the one who led them. Saradin. Aidan shuddered. They all woke with nightmares of one sort or another now. His were always the same, looking into Harper's grey eyes as she carved the riven circle upon his burning chest, with Saradin's grinning leer behind her. The moment they had parted, the haunted fear she wore at what went unspoken. "Will we ever meet again?" He took a deep, slow breath at that thought, pushing away the panic clutching his chest. The vision of Saradin's violet eyes and the darkness within them fixated upon him. It made it only more critical that they rescued Harper from his clutches soon. "You all right?" Brand asked him with a frown. Aidan smiled weakly. "Just worrying about Harper." Brand grimaced and nodded, his gaze sympathetic. "We'll get her back, don't worry." Aidan knew the words were empty. They were all determined, but they had no idea how it could be achieved. They did not even know where she was. Corin waited for any sign Saradin had left Afnheim, but Aidan and his friends knew the moment Saradin left Afnheim, so too would Harper, and possibly any chance of finding her. The battle to come was too great to comprehend. Corin would not be swayed in his strategy, which they had overheard in his meetings with the Jarls of Valxiron. He would strike fast and hard, take the goblins by surprise, exterminate them deep beneath the roots of Afnheim and seal the tunnels permanently, so their scourge would never set foot there again.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.